Have you ever wanted to be a cultist, but could never dedicate the time to it? Did you ever think about worshipping Cthulhu, Yog-Sothoth, or Hastur? You were worried about the social and legal ramifications? Do you wish Arkham really existed, so that you could live there? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then we could not be friends. But I may have a game for you. Good day. I am Grimith, and this is Let's Get On With It, Cultist Simulator. The game was released in May of last year. It is narrative-driven, exploratory, mind-bendingly obtuse by design. I don't have great things to say about Cultist Simulator. I've also never played it. I've been prodded by viewers and one very stubborn friend to give it a spin, but I've looked at screenshots and a dozen or so hours of gameplay and a little beginner's guide I found in the Steam news section, and I've gone, it's busy work, I don't want to play this. So how the hell did we get here? It's a fluke. That very stubborn friend really wanted me to play this game, which is why he showed me so much gameplay of it. And I got a serial key for this game while helping another friend during his charity broadcast to fight multiple sclerosis. I didn't win a giveaway, but the winner already had this game, so they received a new game, and I appropriated this. Like I said, a fluke. I'm also going on vacation, and I wanted something to be on the channel while I'm gone, so this is a gift to my stubborn friend, and something to do for the rest of you. I don't know how long this series will go. I trust you folks to form your own opinions while listening to mine, and because I'm going on vacation, your feedback will not influence my gameplay. It's all set in stone, for better or worse. You have been warned. Let's get started. Spin up this machine here. One disadvantage to, well, me recording so much of this before I go on vacation is I'm not going to be able to receive viewer feedback regarding sound balance. I'm having to wing it myself. The music, it's pretty good. It's low. I haven't proceeded beyond this screen, though. The sounds, though, are pretty harsh. So I'm keeping them there. Expect me to be fiddling with that as we embark on this adventure together. One other thing. This game was primarily created by Alexis Kennedy. You may recognize that name from Fallen London, a browser-based game from last decade, and Endless Sea. Yeah, Endless Sea, which was another Kickstarter game. I say another because this was also a Kickstarter game. How about that? Kickstarter games being successful and propagating other Kickstarters. But yeah, the creator had obtuse mechanics by design. I think I come from a strategy mindset where any great game, particularly strategy games, can survive you understanding all of the mechanics. But this game is designed so that you don't even know what the mechanics are, and just have to wing it. It can be frustrating. Let's get frustrated together. Aspirant, alone in this chilly city with my useless education and my dreams. What now? Could I become something more? You sure could become something more. Let's make this interface bigger. There we go. Old man Grima's eyes can actually read that. So, this is our table. This is where all of our cards are going to go, and we can fling these cards around wherever we so desire. Sort of, if I turn off a grid snap. Maybe. There's also a high contrast mode. Don't know whether that's necessary. Accessible card text? I like that. That's fairly convenient. Let's make it accessible. So we can see. Very good. Let me make sure this is also capturing. Alright, the music doesn't seem to be too loud. He said, hopefully, looking at the meters. Right, so we have menial employment. A precarious position as a hospital porter. Miserable, but it's all you can find just now. And we have work. Earn a living or practice the invisible arts. Well, let's go ahead and work another shift at the hospital. mopping the darkened hallways, delivering post to hollowed-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. We can pause at any time. We have a number of important trackers here, and we can also name ourselves. Let's go ahead and be Grimith to start us off. Halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here's your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I have lost my job. At least now I have a little time to rest, and my health improves. We got some money, and we got some health. Great. And we can fling these cards all around if we so want, but we'll keep them here. Once again, I dream of a glow beneath the filthy skin of the world. The light through the black wood, the pale door, the old man. Sounds great. So, we ain't got no job. I can't take money there, but I should be able to take my health. I'm going to try not to discuss too much what I already know about the game, but as this game is so reliant on finding the mechanics, it's going to be inevitable that I reveal something to you. There was a glow there. There we go. So we can put our health in here for unskilled labor. Is this the best I can really do? The heart relentless beats to protect the skin of the world we understand. The heart is the principle that continues and preserves. We have aspect ingredient. Alright. Let's roll. We can even speed this up. Is that M? Yeah. Recall my dreams. It began when I spoke to the old man at the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dreams? So we've got some passion along with contentment. We shall collect these things. A change in the air. I need funds to live, but perhaps this recent upset of my circumstances is a secret blessing. Is there something to my dreams? There is a change in the air. And I may now dream while I am working. Rest, reconsider your priorities, or risk yourself in exploration of the kingdoms of sleep. I can dream about my money? Purchase a tincture of opium. Gains contentment, but it also might provoke sickness or despair. We shall passionately dream. I know this dream. A road crests a hilltop, and the air is silver bright. Let's take off. Pay no attention to that. The day is done and so am I, but I've earned my pay. My health card is fatigued. We got some money, and I also have this vitality down here. And there was a saving. Hooray. We can browse files, we can resume, restart, save, and exit. Exercise or something rare has invigorated me. Use with another vitality to improve your abilities. It lasts only 3 minutes, if unused. Time passes, time the sundial's shadow passes, I must have funds to live, or I will become ill. So if we do not have money, we will go bankrupt. I do not have the health required to go to work again. Is there another card I could take there? No. And our contentment is going to fade away soon. Lore. I don't have a lore card. Thank you, spooky music. I had to turn down my headset. There goes the money. Magnetized. I'll have to wait for this health to become unfatigued. There goes the contentment. The crowd's asleep, rumpled fields, the wink of a river, a tingling chill. Dreams of curios behind glass. Tonight, I will dream of a museum. In the display cases of the Impossible Museum, I always see an apple white as snow and hard as marble, a golden beetle in a stern box, a coy geometry awaiting my touch, a black envelope bursting with spring, a brass opera box for instruments of record and measure, a storm in a tin. I always wake before I see the Isle's Inn. Our passion has been exhausted for now. We have obtained a glimmering. This glimmering, my emotions run higher than usual. There are things I'll never understand, and those things will always be precious. But just now I am closer to them. Glimmering can be used with study to gain passion, and last only 3 minutes. If unused, we do not have a study card. Alas. A bequest arrives, a letter from a solicitor. The old man at the hospital, the one I dreamed of, has named me in his will. I'll hear more soon. What could it mean? What could it mean? Do not have anything to use. Cannot be used there. We wait. Unless I wish to dream again. Dream of my fatigued health. Nap to recover from fatigue. I don't know how long that lasts. This is about to recover from being fatigued, so I'm willing to just let it go and just sit there. Like the light when you move that around. The old man has bequeathed me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. I have gained money, a bequest, and reason. The bequest. A package of peculiar papers from my correspondence executor. I must study it, using either passion or reason. Okay. That's the study thing. The card has now been unlocked. We could study many things. We could for example, study glimmering to increase the passion, but I would need one more glimmering, so that is not open to me. We have this bequest here. I can approach it using my reason, examining each item with meticulous care. In addition, could I also use that if I had more vitality? Okay. Let us get to work with that. There is no need for me to dream just yet. This will absorb more money, so we better get cracking. Back to unskilled labor we go. Thank you, autosave. You know, I can change the frequency of that. Let's do it. Examining the bequest, employing reason. My correspondent describes my dreams exactly. They use names that are instantly familiar. The house, the wood, the hours, the glory. They knew secrets beneath time and the skin of the world. A new curiosity burns in me. There is a note here. Directions to a bookshop that does not advertise its wares. We have gained directions to Moorlands. We have temptation, enlightenment. We have notes on a possible collaborator. And we have a watchman's secret. Alright. These directions to Moorlands are cryptic directions to the obscure address of a certain moorland, a dealer in the rarer sort of books. We have these notes. My correspondent had recorded his observations of me. He believed I had potential. He recorded his observations of someone else too. With time and study, perhaps I can find that person. And then we have this temptation. It has occurred to me that I hold the key to wisdom. This card will allow you to win an enlightenment victory if you upgrade it far enough. Dreaming about it might advance or change it. Okay. Let us dream of our temptation. For we are tempted, for we are tempted on this path to enlightenment. I will dedicate myself to the pursuit of knowledge. We want to know more. Our boring, dreary life in the hospital has come to an end. Is there something better out there for us? Could there be? Let us learn more of these directions. Our passion's about to come back. The glimmering has 2 minutes. Oh my. Exotic cravings, what hungers drive us? Do I have an obsession? There is that. I now have the 2 vitality cards. We're waiting on that. An ill-lit street, at an ill-favored bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Moreland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask the names of my clients, she informs me, before I have time to introduce myself. And Moreland's shop is now open to us. Miss Moreland deals in rare and sometimes dangerous books. We can now explore. We also have this occult scrap. What could it mean? Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know, like the notes in rare wine. This is a detail from one of those histories. Exploring with a scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations in the capital. Let us study our vitality, exercise the body, so that we may have more health. And explore? Why not explore? We could pay to obtain another item. We could also just explore with this occult scrap to seek out the secret places of the city, and so I shall. I can devote myself to resorting this if I so desire after this episode. Mortal frustrations. As yet, I have only the needs and desires of any other mortal. But what stirs in me? Restlessness. A restless longing has me. I feel that I want to do something. What exactly? No, that wouldn't get rid of that. Light's dedication. I've spoken the words. Each hour has its color. But color exists only where there is light. I will go where there is light, though it bleach me to glass. I've advanced a step towards a terrible ascension. I am now dedicated to enlightenment. I've dedicated myself to the pursuit of higher understanding. I must see beneath the skin, whatever the cost. This makes an enlightenment victory possible. Must be a true initiate of the Mansis. I'll need to work with Lantern aspect to allow the Watchman to see me. Okay. Where do we go from here now? I could dream with my passion. The moonlit road. We've already done this. I could dream with my reason. The wandering mind. There was once a man who said the sleep of reason produced monsters. Often it is healthy to let the mind wander in sleep. If I keep dreaming, sooner or later some sort of monster will rise from my own fears. I may dream of my dedication, but I must perform the work. I could also have a snooze. 30 seconds. And there is nothing I can really work with. Or is there? I can paint. I can find clerical work. I can also complete a great work. But I don't know. And I have no power. Not sufficient, anyway. So be it. Let us use our passion to paint. A humble thing, this painting. Moth is the wild and perilous principle of chaos and yearning. Let us paint, and we yearn. We have restlessness in our soul. What did that say? I used to paint. I could paint those sights I half remember from my dreams. I might sell something. I probably won't. Do 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 do. I am refreshed. Hooray! My health is back. And I may dream once more, should I so desire. I may lob my reason into this dream to see what comes of it. Let us see what comes of the wandering mind. If for no other reason, then I am curious and I seek to learn. The wrong kind of attention. The city is rife with journalists and detectives and other meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? I've grown stronger, I've gained health, but it'll be more difficult to gain health next time. I have a stronger physique, I've got a bonus health card. I benefited from exercise. Use this with 2 lessons learnt to gain more health. I've also found a forgotten Mithrium. Curiosity seekers have picked over this ancient temple, but there may be a hidden door here somewhere. That is an expedition, and, well, we don't have followers. So there will be no expediting for us. Let us study. We can improve our knowledge of the invisible arts, but we do not have another fragment. Let us study these notes on a possible collaborator. And we explore nothing. Though I do have sufficient funds, let us travel to Moreland Shop and add something to our library. It takes time, but if we buy enough books, we'll find something interesting. I've found a customer. She'll probably hang it in her spare bedroom and never look at it again, but her money is good. Sometimes painting will gain you glimmering. Study them to unlock more advanced painting options. We've gained 2 money and burned our restlessness. We also have these glimmerings that we will seek to study, as the game suggests. Meantime, we can go to work. Can we take our stronger physique to work? We sure can. I've grown strong, but I still must devote my health to a day's work. Unskilled labor, arms of bronze. The work, then. So shall it be done. Oh, my glimmering, come back! And now I have an address. I'll dispatch a letter and propose a meeting. Talk is unlocked. We now have Mystique. Uncanniness lingers. Mystique may attract the attention of hunters. They can't use it to build a case against you, but it will encourage them to look harder. And we currently await an answer to a letter. But let us study. Increase our passion. We have this glimmering, and it's about to go. Let us use this glimmering as well. The tigers of wrath are wiser than the horses of instruction. If I spend time studying what I've learnt, I could increase my passion and gain a skill. Taste of what might be. Aspect influence. Aspect moth. We found something noteworthy. Kitling ripe into Moldy Warp's grave and other stories. A lusciously illustrated tome of loosely connected children's stories collected by one N.K. Field. Few of them are remotely suitable for children. Let us travel there once more, as we may have something else. We can use our health to search the city. I do not have an interest in doing so. We have the money. Let us buy something else. No! No! My Mystique has attracted this fine gentleman here. This gentleman would much rather be left alone with his pipe and his illustrated London news. But no, apparently some conjurer of abominations has to be hunted down like a mad dog, and apparently no one else can find the time. Yes, a hunter. The laws of civilization are younger than the laws of the hours, but they too sometimes require a sacrifice. This one is an agent of the law. We've done nothing wrong, and yet we are sought for imagined crimes. So it goes. So it goes. You get your own special category right here. Get away from the rest of the things. Ah! Obsessions! We're dreaming over there still. Right? An acquaintance. The reply to your letter is courteous if cautious. They are intrigued by how you found their name. Intrigued enough to meet you. And so, we have Rose, a slime miss, and she recognizes you as somewhat uncommon. You might be able to recruit this acquaintance as a follower. She is an acquaintance and mortal. We found something noteworthy. The Queens of the Rivers. We are done obtaining books for now. A surreal contemporary play by the enigmatic Monica Medina, in which the Queens of the Rivers are murdered one by one. Books are the memory which does not die. Nothing for me to explore. I do not wish to use my health on such an endeavor at this time. No! Even in waking hours, I have begun to see new colors. I dreamt of nothing at all. I woke and stretched and rose without haste. Those quiet hours have left me energized. There is vitality in my bones. Good. What more awaits us? My curiosity is becoming a physical need. My eyes will be thresholds. It is almost time to perform the work and begin the changes. But I must have enough lantern aspect. Exploration might find more. I have become restless in my dedication. Finished early. Here is my pay. I have some money. A lesson learned. Okay. Can't merge. This type of card decays and cannot be stacked. Got it. I understand. This is our painting card? No, that's not our painting card. Passion is our painting card. It is almost back. Come back to me, Passion. Come back to me once more. And suck away this restlessness. That yearning for something more. We can talk with people. Why not have a chat with Rose? Together, we might be more. Here is someone I might work with, a companion or a follower, but first I must give them something to follow. A society, a sodality, an order, a cult. Something I could have done, we could still do that, is nap, since I'm not doing anything with this. Choose founding principles. Tradition and compulsion, old, new, or both together. Add lore to determine your cult's founding principles. Establish the Mirror of Glory, an occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. Let it be done. Begun my true work, the authorities will take an interest in it. I must be ready for them. You begin to establish your cult, it will need a little more before you can recruit followers. We have notoriety, which will allow hunters to build a case against us. We are doing many naughty things. Feed my imagination, there are more windows of my soul, but sunlight is not the only thing that passes through a window. I've gained passion. It will be more difficult to gain passion next time. And now, we can use this with work to paint or studying with 2 lessons learned to gain more passion. We have a number of cards already on the board, and you can see how you build your own spider web, and then you begin to, like, strangle and suffocate beneath the weight of your own bureaucracy. That would be if I had 2 lessons learnt of passion. Read sentimental literature. There is no need with that. Glimmering would be for me to have a lesson learned, but I would need 1 more glimmering, which I do not possess, but I may obtain after that painting is done. Let us read this. The protagonist, a speechless cat thing called Kittling Ripe, performs a series of elaborate rites to rescue members of her extended family, culminating in the resurrection of her other grandmother, Moldywarp. Let us read. Let us seek. Let us sit around and not explore or talk to people. Oh no! I've become unwell! My health! My money! But we are refreshed. Hooray. Yeah, that is unfit. Doesn't make sense. Let us have a passionate dream. Though our lore is unavailable. Good thing I noticed this. That dream is not going to accomplish much of anything, I don't think. Our purpose demands we recognize truths that chill the spirit. I must give of myself. My reason. To honor the power we serve. Do 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 do. I finished the painting to the excitement of absolutely no one but me. Sometimes paintings will gain you glimmerings, we did not, but we gained a contentment. Contentment defends against dread, but contentment doesn't last. Lasts for 60 seconds, as a matter of fact. Woohoo! Great. Let's see, our health is currently occupado over there. As for the work we could do, art or bread. I can employ passion to do the best work I can, or if I have a reputation, I can paint something to win attention. Such as with my notoriety. Add passion to make distinctive paintings, add mystique and especially notoriety to attract attention to make more money. Be careful. If you use notoriety, exhibiting paintings will keep you in the public eye. We shall wait. And do nothing for labor at this time. Let us see what comes of this. My first recruit. A cult with 1 member is only unusual habit. I must have a recruit. That would be Rose. Proceeds. We have no lore still. Oh well. That's currently occupied still. And I don't want to absorb my other health currently by using my stronger physique to labor. Let's keep that around in case something else occurs. Which takes us back to this. Which takes us back to nothing. I think we'll, see what this has in store for us. When the snake witch killed the stag, Kittling snatched one of its eyes. When the dry witch killed the sow. Why is it now that I'm having trouble with that word in my life? Okay, we're going to look at the pronunciation of that, because apparently in all of my vaunted years with all the English classes I've had... Wow, way to go, Grimith. Kittling stole a cup of its blood, then she took them to the place Moldywarp lay buried, and she shook out her hair, and she began to dance. A wood whisper. Lie awake and listen. The wind speaks in the branches, the house cries out in its sleep. These are the roads that chaos ride. Speak this over a corpse on our right with a winter influence present, and the corpse will rise. We have ourselves a glimmering, which we can then combine those two glimmerings, yes? Yes, to feed my imagination some more. We'll end this video whenever we get done with this. Right up here. That's the goal. You pay no mind to anything, weary detective. You see nothing over there. Nothing. Sickness. This illness has damaged my health. Need to rest before I am fully recovered. Cure your affliction with funds. For vitality. Well, I do have that power. But it's probably with the study action that I would use that on. And I'm currently busy with my studying. Dream on an affliction to transfer it back to health before the card decays. We have a trembling in the air. Fascination may provoke visions. Must be careful not to drift from the waking world. And we are not currently fascinated by anything. Rumpled fields, the wink of a river, a tingling chill. Our rise begins. I have founded my cult. This is a step to greater power. Use your cult to recruit and promote followers. Talk with followers about your cult. To send them out on cult business. Rose is now a believer. We have a temporary headquarters, and we have the Mirror of Glory, an occult society dedicated to the understanding of the light that leaks from a fiercer place. You can use cult with the talk verb to recruit or promote followers and to send them out on errands to gather resources. A believer can be promoted to a disciple. A few gifted disciples can be exalted even higher, to seers. This organization venerates the principle called Lantern, which we call upon to the name of the door in the eye, and the Flower Maker, among others. Alright, I have an achievement unlocked, the Mirror of Glory. Hooray. I think that'll take care of it for this first video. We are an aspirant who seeks the pronunciation of words. That's important. Here on our little dingy table, we will achieve or be brought low, if not by this hunter, then by another. And so begins our journey into Cultist Simulator.